Hello and welcome to episode 452 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day for 452 days in a row now. What were you doing 452 days ago? I was pinky promising somebody I'd do a daily podcast because I'm crazy. Here we are. It's episode 452. In this podcast, I like to teach people how to sell, and I do that by talking about having a clear sales message so people understand what you're trying to sell to them, and also helping you develop selling confidence. The ability to be relaxed and comfortable and confident in a selling situation. In today's episode, as I check my notes and look down here, yes, all buyers want this thing. Now, when buyers come to you, somebody's buying your offering, what do they want from you? Now, sometimes I can articulate this as selling the destination, not the journey. They don't want the plane seat. They want the holiday. Seems logical. Makes sense. Works very well. Made lots of money for a lot of my clients. All good. But above that, there's kind of a high-level principle that your buyer is looking for. And if you remember this above all else, it's going to help you. And it seems so obvious and banal. It's almost stupid to mention, but it is important to mention. An obvious sales message, if you will. And it's this. All buyers are looking for change. They're looking for change. Whatever's happening in their current reality, personally or work, relationally, relationships, whatever, they're looking for something different. They want to be thinner. They want to earn more. They want the girlfriend. They want to do this. They want to travel here. Buy this, sell this, move this, new website, blah, 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 whatever. Clear out the loft, hire a skip, upgrade the garden, whatever. But they're changing something in their current reality. That's what they're doing. And your ability to focus on the contrast of that change and how amazing that will be for them. So currently you're here. Ideally, you want that thing over there. That's the change. Wow, this is the difference. What would it feel like to do that? What would it be like to do that? To talk about that arc of change, the variance in the change of their current to their present situation. Your ability to paint that picture really well is going to help that buyer believe in you more and understand you can deliver, and then hopefully buy from you also. So don't forget that buyers are looking for change. Your ability to paint the picture of what the future will look like, the sexy, attractive, amazing future that you're going to get for them as a salesperson, as a communicator, as a human being, that's one of the very, very best things you could possibly develop as a skill, is your ability to paint a picture of the future and get your buyer to connect with that and ask them what it would feel like, what it would look like, what it would be like, etc. Place them there. It's called future pacing in NLP, but we don't need to get fancy. Tell them what the future's like. Ask them to imagine what it's like being in the future, and then bring it back to your offering, because your offering is the vehicle that's going to get them to where they want to be. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 453, something versus something. Something versus something. There's two ways we can communicate in a conversation. We can do this or we can do that. I'll explain the two tomorrow, what the difference is and which one I would probably suggest that you do rather than the other one, but I'll explain in more detail tomorrow. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe or share button, comment on the podcast wherever you're watching or listening. It just helps us to reach more people. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end to my completely unedited and no note written down podcast. I'll catch you tomorrow for hopefully a slightly more professional edition of the Daily Sales Message.